Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
With that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash.
We're going to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Greetings and salutations to the Ak, the Akwap, and the speckled bird that is listening and learning. Can you read that for me again?
Come. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Prosperity and adversity. Okay, so the Most High, He controls prosperity, and He also controls adversity. Okay? Now the scriptures say that the Most High, He chastises those that He loves. So when you look at the prosperity of the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scriptures say that they have had their consolation on this side. Okay? So, being as though the scriptures talks about He also controls life and death, we're talking about spiritual life, okay, and spiritual death. So those people that have received their consolation on this side, they actually are experiencing a spiritual death, all right, and they're most likely going to experience a physical death. Now, those that have been through the adversities that the Most High has put on them, okay, those that He chastised, those that He loves, they're experiencing a spiritual rebirth or a spiritual life, okay? And those that are experiencing that spiritual life at this moment are those that are most likely going to be saved out of that physical death, okay? So those things that are in the hands of the Most High, the prosperity, the adversity, I'm glad that I'm on the adverse end of things at this moment. And I'm going to be cast even further into adversity here very shortly. Okay? I'm used to that. Brothers like myself are used to that. I lived on the streets before, not for a long period of time, you know what I mean, but long enough to know what it feels like. You see? A lot of these people that have had their consolation on this side, they have never experienced those things. Okay? So they're proud right now. These people are very proud. And what's getting ready to happen is they're getting ready to find out that the Most High is going to expose them for who they really are. Because they're going to go through that adversity just like we are. You see? But they're not going to have that spiritual life. You see? They have a physical life, but not that spiritual life that we're experiencing. So now when we talk about the spiritual death and the physical death, they're already spiritually dead, so it doesn't even matter. They're just waiting for that adversity and that these things that are getting ready to take place on this earth to come so that they can experience that physical death, man, that second death. You got that? I'm going to get you to go to Sirach 10 and 7. And you can read down to 13.
Ecclesiasticus 10, verse 7. And it reads, Pride is hateful before Yahweh Shai and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity.
Pride, it causes iniquity, man. Okay? Let me read Proverbs 16 and 18. Okay? Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Okay? So these people that are experiencing that pride, man, all of these blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, even Esau, but I'm really focusing on the Israelites right now that have their consolation on this side, man. They're very proud people. They know that they're Israelites, a lot of them, but they're not coming back to the fold, man. Even though they have an extremely beautiful platform that they could present. Being celebrities, sports stars, different things of that nature, they could bring in millions of people. They could bring in millions of Israelites, man. If just these men would stand up, but they're not going to, because then they would lose their consolation. They would lose their that physical life, okay? You know, and that's what they want to experience, man. Like I was listening to a brother earlier talking about how when in Rome, don't act like the Romans. You see? So basically, these people are really acting like Romans, you know, doing all the things that they're doing. Yeah, they have the nice cars, the nice houses, all the fine women, and all of those things, or what have you. You know what I mean? But they don't have that spiritual life, man, that we have. You know, and they're going to lose that because of their pride. You see, and a lot of these 501c3 charter Israelite groups are also proud as hell, and they're going to lose on this side too, man.
Yeah.
You see, because the Most High there's so much stuff going on right now. And I don't even have to really get into it, but all I'm going to say is this thing is so close. It is so close to being over, and these people are still being proud as hell that they don't understand that the Most High is separating the hell out of his elect from the other people on this earth, man.
Sifting.
And you can see it
Yeah.
clearly. Go ahead, brother.
Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Because of unrighteous dealings. This is Esau. What does he do? He takes our young men, our so-called Black, Latino, and Native American Indian men that have skills, okay, whether they be really good basketball players, baseball players, football players, music artists, okay, musicians, actors, what have you. They take these men and they promise them things. And if you understand, the scriptures talks about how Yahweh Shai, when he was in the wilderness, the devil tried to tempt him and said, hey, if you just bow down before me, and that's what Esau's getting these men to do.
Right.
Bow down before Satan, man.
Right.
Okay? And he gives them the whole world.
Yeah.
You see? That's what Yahweh Shai had to go through, that same thing, that same temptation. You know? But he told Satan, get behind me, man.
That's right. Get behind me, Satan.
You know? And that's what we're doing right now. You know? There's brothers in the truth right now, I'm sure, at Great Millstone, maybe even some of the other camps, man, that could have been basketball stars, football, music artists, actors. We have some very extremely talented brothers, man. Okay? In our midst, man. But they gave it all away, man, because they knew that Esau is a damn liar. You see? You got any more?
Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So what's going to happen is the kingdom is going to be translated from one people to another, because Esau's lies are being done away with now, man. His own tongue's falling upon himself. The men of the Lord have been on the streets for 30, 40 plus years, okay? Out of Great Millstone, them brothers been out 30 plus. Tahar coming up on 36, 37 years, man. You know? Gabar and the Ramlab, 30, you know? They've exposed this man so he can no longer tell his lies. He can no longer manipulate the elect. Basically, the elect aren't going to be fooled anyways. Mm-hmm. But he can't manipulate the people anymore, man, his own people. Okay? So what's happening right now is the translation of this kingdom. Okay? The elect men are being put in place right now to be rulers and judges on this earth. That's why we talk about the things that we do. That's why we present ourselves the way that we do. Yeah, we're some rough talking men sometimes, you know, but we also use wisdom. You know, because we know that this thing is getting ready to be translated from the one people to the other, man. And that's the elect of the children of Israel. Go ahead,
Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Than a covetous man. These people, they covet what? They covet that money, you know, their riches. You know what I mean? But these riches aren't going to profit them in these last days. You know, they may be able to put those. They may be able to put those FRNs to a CHI to the PP. You know what I mean? To continue living the way that they live. But that's when the destruction actually comes, man. That's not going to save them, man. A lot of these people that have riches are not going to be saved in the days that are coming. It doesn't matter where you live at, gated community or not. Them places are going to get ran through, man. Foreign troops are going to be here. They ain't going to give a damn about Beyonce. They might put Jay-Z's ass to death and take her ass hostage. Or just maybe do what they got to do right there and just leave her there and kill her, or leave it or sell her to someday. These people don't know what's getting ready to happen. They think they're going to hide in these bunkers. They think they're going to fly away to Switzerland. This shit's going to be all over the planet, man. Okay, this place is definitely being translated to from one person people to another. Period. Go ahead.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
He set his own soul to sell. His soul. He sells his soul to who? The devil. Okay? Through these contracts. 10 million, 20 million, you know, 100 million. They sell their soul to the nation of Edom, man, to the devil, who is the physical counterpart of Satan. You know, like I said earlier, Yahweh Shai had to go through the same thing. Bow down before me and I'll give you the world. This is what Satan told him. This is what Esau does for these people to sell their souls, man. So when we first started, you know, the Most High gave them their consolation on this side. But what did they have to do to get that? They had to do all kind of foul and wicked things, man. They had to do some very disgusting things that I'm not even going to get into that, man.
Yeah, eating shit. You know.
Right. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
The list goes on.
And that's
eating shit. It sticks out.
That's one of those ones, man, that it's like, come on, man. You know, do.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Ecclesiasticus 10:10. The physician cutteth off a long disease.
Yahweh Shai is going to cut off the nation of Edom, because the nation of Edom is the long disease. Go ahead.
And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Who is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Like I said, the nation of Edom, this is their kingdom. But it's being translated to another people. So what has to happen to these people in order for that to happen? A lot of them are going to get put to death. Okay? And a lot of our own people that have that consolation are going to end up, like I said, dead on this side, man. You know? They have abundance on the physical aspect. You know what I mean? But not on the spiritual aspect. We have it on that spiritual aspect, and we're trying to continue adding to that bank account, that savings account, man. You know, our spiritual bank, might I say. Go ahead. Or was that it?
No, there's more out. Ecclesiasticus 10:11.
Okay.
For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. The beginnings of pride is when one departeth from Yahweh Shai.
The beginning of pride is when you depart from Yahweh Shai. You don't need the Most High, you see? Because you have money, or you have physical abundance on this physical aspect, like I said. You don't need a God. You can become your own, you know? You can call yourself King James. Even though I like the brother, and I like watching him play basketball, even though I don't watch a lot of basketball, I'll watch him play if it's on. But, you know, these people, they put themselves on a level, and then they look down on other people,
Right.
okay? And then you have people that worship you, which gives you a God status, you know? They always say when Beyonce does any kind of concert, you can see a ritual taking place. When the last, what was that, the awards?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Travis Scott concert, you know? These people were, you know, screaming and hollering, man, and this man was invoking demons, you know? They've had pictures of Beyonce where she looks like a goddamn man. It's scary because that's what you're really worshiping. You're worshiping a deity, man. That's what they bring forth. You see? Go ahead,
The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh Shai, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination.
His heart is not on his maker. His heart is way from far from his maker. Your heart goes back to Lab, which is your mind. So you're not thinking about the Most High. You're not thinking about His law, statutes, and commandments. You're not thinking about how you're really supposed to live. What you're thinking about is who you can either use next, you know, where you can get another $20 million contract, you know. This is what our people think about, man. You know, I got to get up and go to work every damn day, but it's like if I don't have to keep, you know, like today I got off early, you know, I could have called my dispatcher and said, hey, man, you know, give me an empty move. You know, I could have stayed 2 or 3 more hours. Man, fuck that. I'm going home. You know what I mean? I don't want to kill myself to work for Esau. As long as my goddamn bills are paid, you know, if my bills are paid and I got a couple extra dollars to do something with, buy a pair of shoes or buy a new hoodie or whatever, as long as I got money to do that, I'm good, man. I'm good, you know, because that's what the Most High is giving me.
The daily bread.
Yeah, my daily bread. That's all I need, man. You know, I'm not going to get caught up in trying to work an extra 2 days. I can do that, you know, but I'm not. Go ahead, Art.
And therefore, Yahweh Shai brought upon them strange calamities.
And that's what's getting ready to happen to a lot of these people, man. You know, these celebrities. They're going to find out that that money doesn't mean a damn thing, man. It's not going to save them when this thing goes down, man. And the scriptures are clear about that. You know, your silver and your gold, they're going to throw that stuff in the streets, man. Because it's going to be useless. You know, there's no longer going to be a gold trading of gold on the stock market, man. You see? So it's going to become useless, man. You know, you might as well make marbles out of this shit and give it to kids. You know? Seriously. Is that it?
And overthrew them utterly.
That's all right, grab Sirach 13, read 1 to 8.
Ecclesiasticus 13 and 1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith.
He that touches pitch, and pitch is a very sticky substance. Okay, when you go back to the story of Noah, when Noah was building the ark, when he was instructed by Yahweh how he was to build it, he was to use pitch on it to seal it. Okay, so it's like a tar or what have you. So when you get pitch on you, that shit is sticky as hell. It's hard to get off, wash off. So he that touches pitch, go ahead,
shall be defiled therewith. And he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
And this pitch is talking about any of their philosophies. When you take deal with those contracts and those different things, you're becoming defiled, man. You know, that's the pitch that it's talking about. That sticky, that contract is a sticky substance, man. You see? That's the things that these guys don't understand. When you get into these contracts with Esau, you're becoming defiled because a lot of times you have to do, like the brother said, you have to eat feces, shit. You see? You have to be sodomized by a room full of fucking grown men. You have to do all kind of vile things in that room to each other, man. You know, there's so many different things that these celebrities do to get these contracts that they become enveloped by demons, man. I mean, they're full of damn demons because of this. So when you're talking about the pitch, you're talking about being defiled, you're talking about those sticky contracts. That's what is sticky. That's what's defiling you. Because you have to do certain things in order to get that money, man.
Drinking baby's blood.
Right.
Mm.
You know? Go ahead,
Verse 2. Burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself.
Don't have any fellowship with a rich Edomite, man. Go ahead.
For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For it, the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken.
That's right. And Esau be breaking a lot of you brothers down, man. You see? He gives you these contracts. He sets you up with these little these Edomite women, Edomite men, the tennis girls. You see? Tell you not to mess with your own because they ain't worth shit. You see? And then what's really happening is he's setting your ass up for failure because they know if they set you over these Edom, let's say for instance these basketball stars, these young guys deal with a so-called white woman. Okay, Tiger Woods is a good example too. Okay, they deal with the Edomite woman, they go cheating, and what happens is they get called into court for infidelity. And then they get sued for half of their fucking money, man. And a lot of times it's at the end of their career, and they know it's the end of their career, so they set it up where this woman's going to take all of his money, go be with an Edomite man, and his ass is going to be homeless, smoking crack, drugs, doing whatever, working at Lowe's.
And that's all.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
That's all part of the curse.
That's
you know
the curse. It's right.
This is not a
That's
basket
right,
nor store.
That's right.
You know, pocket full of hoes.
Yep.
Hey, that reminds me of the boy Malcolm. I think his name is. He was the son of Cosby in the Cosby Show.
Okay, yeah.
He works at a grocery store. You know?
Oh yeah, they said he's messing with a tranny or some shit.
Oh shit.
There
you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happens to our people, man, and that's what this is, the pot and the kettle, man. If you smack them together, one is stronger than the other. Esau got the money, you know. He got control over the laws, the lawyers. What do you think he's going to do, man? You know? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 13:3. The rich man have done wrong, and yet he threatened withal. The poor is wronged, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee.
If thou be for his profit, just like I said, he takes some of these guys out of high school, college, gives them $1 million contracts, millions of dollars in contracts. You know what I'm saying? But then when your contract's up or when your usefulness is up, man, go ahead, brother.
But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
He will forsake thee. Go ahead.
If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bare, and will not be sorry for it.
That's right. You see, if you have something that he needs, he'll let you. You can live around him. You can live. You can mess with his daughter. You know, who was that? Damon Wayans. He said he went to the airport, and some white people was waiting, and they saw him coming out, and he said that the white guy said, "Hey man, take a picture with my daughter." He said, "Hug her, man, hug her. Go ahead, kiss her, man. Kiss her. Hey, man, just fuck her, man." You know what I mean? So it's like if you have, Esau is fine with you. If you're doing something that's making him money, basically. Okay?
Yeah.
But once you lose that, he's gonna get rid of you, man.
Yeah.
He don't have no use for you anymore. And then he's gonna make you look crazy.
I used to work at this place.
Go ahead,
I used to work at this place. It was a bagel company, and my boss was real cool.
Right.
I worked there for about 8 years, mixing dough and baking bagels and shit. Nobody knew how to do that shit, so he brought his son-in-law in, and he was like, "Can you teach him his a job?"
Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started teaching him. As soon as he learned it, boy,
that was it.
Yeah, it was over.
Done.
Yeah, there was no use for him.
Damn.
They use you for what they can gain. You know what I'm saying? That's
sick,
why
man.
I refuse to teach anybody what I know now.
Yeah, exactly. You damn right. And if they say, "Hey man, can you train him?" Say, "Listen, I'm not training no goddamn body.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Nope.
you know, never trust thy enemy.
That's right. That's right. Good.
Ecclesiasticus 13:6. If he had need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair,
Mm-hmm.
and say, What wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have done thee dry twice of thrice.
See, he gives you gifts, and after that, after your usefulness is up, man, he gets kicked your ass to the curb, man. Go ahead.
And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward.
Mm-hmm.
When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee,
Right.
and shake his head at thee.
Right.
Verse 8. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in the jollity.
Oh yeah, jollity, like joy, like happiness, happiness or whatever.
Verse 9. If thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself, and so much the more will he invite thee.
Yeah, see, Esau, he tries to give these guys these contracts, man. You got to fall back and make sure that you're doing what you know, that you're going into this contract knowing what you have to do, you know? Because there's a lot of one-hit wonders, man, that I heard, and they said once they found out what they had to do with these contracts, they said, nah, I'm good, you know? One girl that was dealing with Jay-Z, matter of fact, she was bad too, man. You know, that she can sing, you know what I'm saying? And she had a contract, and then she found out what they was telling her she had to do. She works at, I don't know if she still works there, but I think it was the Macy's in Manhattan. Yeah, she was working at the Macy's in Manhattan, man. They interviewed her. She was like, nah, I wasn't going for that shit. So you got to be careful what you're getting into when you're dealing with Esau, man. Because I'm telling you right now, he's vicious, man. Especially if he wants to give you millions of dollars. Go ahead.
Let me read
Was that 8? No, just go to Sirach 27. Read 22 to 24. And keep it moving.
Ecclesiasticus 27, verse 23.
22.
Salakia 22. And it reads, He that winketh with the eyes worketh evil, and he that knoweth him will depart from him.
There's Esau winking, telling you all the good things.
Buttery words.
Yeah, you know. But we know who Esau is, man, so we ain't trying to hear that shit. Go ahead.
When thou art present, he will speak sweetly.
The words of his mouth is smoother than butter.
And will admire thy words. But at the last he will rift his mouth and slander thy sayings.
Yeah, he's going to basically he's going to tell, like right now, you know, you have a lot of Edomites out there, you know, that are really trying to find a way to slander the men of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're trying their damnedest to make us look like some kind of religious cult or some sort of what do they call them? Extremist, you know? And that's what they're doing, man. You know? They're going to try their damnedest to slander the men of the Lord because we know what they're doing over here. We know what the hell they're up to. You see? Got any more on that?
Okay. Verse 24, I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For Yahushua will hate him.
And Yahushua hates his damn guts. Psalms 55 and 21. You know, this man is trying his damnedest to slander the men of the Lord and anybody who speaks against him. Okay? So when these sports stars start saying things about those, the big-nosed little hat people, okay, they sit them down in a little room and they tell them, you know, do you want to keep making this money? He said, these are the things that Esau does, man. You know, the damn devil. Go ahead.
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war in his heart. His words were salter than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yep, where they drawing swords. So every time that Esau turns around, man, tell you the sky's blue,
Yes.
it's sunny outside,
Right.
but it's getting ready to be a goddamn tornado. You know, he's a liar.
Yeah.
You know, this man will tell you he's going to tell like he's telling all these people right now that everything will get back to normal if you get the J to his ass. Okay. Get that Van Dam. You see? But all he's trying to do is destroy the people, man. He wants to kill these people.
Yeah.
You know? So all he wants to do is bring this population down, and after he does that, he can get control over the people that are left. All right? So the words of his mouth are smoother than butter. Dr. Falsey. You know?
Yeah.
That man, Jesus. And my wife, oh, Falsey's getting ready to be on time. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. I like him. I'd be like, okay. You know, jokingly, you know, because the man he can tell a lie with a straight ass face, man. You know, that's what Esau does. Was that it?
That's it.
Galatians 6 and 7. Dr. Falsey. Simple as hell.
Galatians 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahushua is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
And he shall reap. You know, eat the nation of Edom, the wickedness that they're doing right now. Okay, it said that they were going to dig a pit, but they were going to fall into it themselves. You know? So just like that scripture says, man, what you sow, you're going to reap.
Yeah.
You know? You're trying to destroy people. You're going to destroy your damn self while the other people continue on, man. You know? Because we read the scripture that said that the the kingdom is going to be translated from one people to another. So what you're getting ready to do is you're going to translate your kingdom over to the Israelites, man, because of your wickedness. The Most High just said it. Yahushua just said it. You know, or the word of the Most High just said it. Okay. That what you sow, you're going to reap, man. So you're reaping, you're sowing wickedness and death right now. So that's what you're going to reap. Oh, through slavery for 1,000 years. And we're going to remind you of this every day when we're kicking you in the ass sideways. Okay? Is that it,
That's it.
Hebrews 11, 24 to 27. Got a couple more after that.
Hebrews 11
24 to 27.
and 24. And it reads, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
So he gave up the riches of Egypt. Okay? So that's what we have to do, man. We have to put ourselves into a position where we're going to be able to just say to hell with all of this, man.
Yeah.
You see? That's the decision that we're coming to. Go ahead,
And that's faith, man.
That is. You damn right it is.
That's faith. Hebrews 11 and 1, you know. Reading on, verse 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahushua than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for season.
You see? Enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. That's what all of these celebrities are doing, man. This is only going to be a season for them.
It's temporary.
Because when the kingdom is established, And all of those that were faithful on this side, okay? All of those that made them their bodies a living sacrifice. Okay? All of those that died for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, for this truth, you know, those people are going to be on top in the kingdom. Even though all Israel is going to be saved, those people that have their consolation on this side, when they come back as children and they start growing up and they get older, they're going to remember all the stupid shit that they did, the scoffing of the men of the Lord, okay? Saying there ain't no, it's June. You see? That pride, man. That's going to be their crown. They're going to be crowned with shame, man, in the kingdom. Okay, we're going to be crowned with that righteousness, man. You know, even though they're going to get over that shame after a while, they still are going to go through it for a while. Go ahead.
He even was saying some dumbass shit like, "It's June.
Uh-huh.
There is no microchip."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And the thing about it, like, did you see the one where he was like, "Oh look, the name."
The name.
On
Oh
the
yeah,
rock.
yeah.
Oh, man,
and then he wrote it backwards. Yeah, he's done.
Right. I also discussed it.
You know, he's done.
Hebrews 11 verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Verse 27, by faith he forsook Egypt.
By faith he forsook Egypt. So that's what, like I said, that's the same thing that the brothers are in the truth, okay, that are going to make it through this thing, man. They're going to forsake this. So like it. They're going to forsake spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay? They're going to forsake all the goods that they have on this side, man. They're not going to try to save their life by taking the things that Esau is going to be offering. Okay? Being fed with things offered unto idols, man. Okay? Go ahead,
Not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, as seeing him who is invisible. Woo!
As seeing him who is invisible. So we have faith in things that we don't see. And that's scripture. You know? Hope. You know? Hope is the faith of things and faith in things that are not seen, man. You see? And if we see him, then what should we hope for? You know? If we see God, where's the hope at? You know?
I can get it for you. It's all the way at the top.
Go ahead,
Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
There you go. You know? So we don't see the Most High. He's invisible, like the scripture says. But we have faith that he's going to take us up out of this thing. If we forsake the riches in some ways of Egypt, man, of America. Okay? The little cars, the little houses, and the little cars that we have, the jobs, we have to get rid. We have to give those things up when it time comes, man. Okay. You want to grab 2nd Ezra 16? Read 68 to 75, and then we got one more.
2nd Ezra 16 and 68.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you.
See, they shall take away certain of you. Go ahead,
and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
And C to the H to the IPP. Go ahead,
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision.
If you consent unto these people, if you take that Van Dam, the jab, or you take that C to the H to the IPP, you know, you're going to be had in derision, man. Because you know what's going to happen after you do those things? They're going to kill your ass anyway. Okay? A lot of you. A lot of you are going to still lose your job. A lot of you are still going to become homeless. A lot of you are still going to lose all of your shit. All right? And then what's going to happen? You're going to be looking dumb as hell, man. While we're going to be eating, even though we're in the bushes.
Yep.
You see? We're going to be eaten and set up by the Most High. We're going to be good, man. You people are going to be, like it says, had in derision, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden underfoot.
And trodden underfoot, because you're going to be getting the shit kicked out of you. Okay, by these martial law troops. All right? Go ahead.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh.
They're going to come at the people that don't want to take the C to the H to the IPP. Okay? They're going to come they're going to come after us, man. Because we're going to be the problem. But like it says, if you consent unto them, you're going to be had in derision. So we ain't going to consent. A lot of us are going to get put in camps. A lot of us are going to get put to death. Red list, blue list, yellow list.
Yep.
Okay? Hey, man, and I always say, if I got to die on this side,
quick.
yeah, Most High in your wrath, remember mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Hole in the head, man.
Mm.
You see? Go ahead,
Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Them Gurkha troops, man, kicking the door down, smashing your babies against the wall, dragging you women to the back bedroom, smashing you, killing your man, your man child, look, I don't even want to get into the dreams I've been having, man. But all I'm going to say is they've been very vivid. The one joint, man, it was a big-ass planet. The chariot was big like a goddamn planet. And I'm telling you right now, when the smaller white chariot came down, it was burning motherfuckers down. And they looked like piles of like, red liquid. Okay? 9-year-old boy. Done. You understand?
Right, yeah.
Dreams of people coming by houses, shooting. The people going outside. People in the house getting white men coming in, Edomites coming in. The one Edomite was chopping somebody. The other Edomite was throwing, them lighters, throwing a lighter on a person. And I felt the heat on my face. The pain.
That's how white people.
I was like, yo, these people are going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
These people, man.
When my wifey converted, she had a dream when this place was getting destroyed.
Yeah.
When she woke up, she could still feel the heat.
The heat.
Legs. She could feel the heat.
Yeah.
She was
I'm
shook.
telling you.
Shook.
That shit scared the hell out of me, bruh. Yeah. The one last night, I don't want to hold this up too much, but the dream I had, I believe it was last night, was the chariot joint I was just talking about. And I'm telling you right now, I was screaming. I was running and screaming, please, Yahweh, please don't kill me. Please, Yahweh, don't kill me. I mean, they was zapping the shit out of people, little ass kids. Y'all people are getting ready to get fucked up, man. Scarcely saved. Yeah. But the chariot it went over me and zapped the dude back here. Then it was coming back towards me because the little boy was running behind me, and I'm looking back screaming, please don't kill me, please, don't kill me. And it zapped his ass, and I woke up. And I woke up saying, please.
2-3 days ago. That's right. Hey, those are the Lord. Hey, wifey just had one couple of days. She said something about that I was being going up in the chariot.
Yeah, my wife had a joint like that. They had me in a concentration camp.
Woo.
Did I tell you that, John? They had me in a concentration camp, and they was getting ready to put me to death. And something happened to me. I changed. I couldn't see myself, but I broke out and I flew straight up.
Woo.
And when I landed in front of our window. Zoom. And my wife just came out and she looked up at me and just like started crying. But I could see in the window I wasn't the same.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
your body might have been changed.
But she knew who I was.
Your body might have been changed.
Ah.
That's heavy.
So, you go ahead, brother. Let's get back to that.
That's heavy. 2nd Esdras 16:71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh
That's
Shai.
right.
For they shall waste and take away their goods.
Take away their goods. If you're in your house, they're gonna come take you out. They're gonna take all your shit that you stored up. You know, if the Most High don't have that hedge on you, He's going to let them take all your shit. Go ahead,
and cast them out of their houses.
And a lot of people going to be homeless. Like I just said a little while ago, if you consent to them, you are going to be held in derision. You're going to be held in derision, man, because they're going to still kick you out your house. They're still going to take your goods. Okay? Go ahead.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen.
And like I said, we're going to be sitting in the woods eating a deer leg while your asses are getting kicked in the ass sideways by these Gurkha troops. Go ahead,
And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
That's right, because we're going to go through some stuff, man. Some of us are going to be in a concentration camp hungry because we ain't going to eat what they have, man. You know? We're going to be nearly damn near starve ourselves to death because we're not going to want to eat the shit they have in them camps. Okay? Some of us are going to be out on the streets going through it, being chased from place to place, man, by troops. Okay? But a lot of us are going to be known by our works, man.
Yeah.
You see? We're going to be famous, but infamous at the same time.
Yeah.
You see? Because men are going to know who we are. They're going to be like, yo, these dudes are the prophets of the Most High. They're the reason why everything's going to shit.
Woo! That's it,
You see? But then the Most High is going to lift that standard up, man. You got to remember that too.
Yep.
You know? So they're going to know that we may or may not have abilities, but at the same time, they're going to look at us and say, should we take a chance? You see? Because that's what it means when that's when the elect are going to be known. My men are going to be known, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Second Ezra 16-74. Hear, O ye, my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of troubles are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
I will deliver you from the same, the troubles, man. Okay? Jacob's trouble. The Most High said He's going to deliver us. Go ahead,
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Shai is your God.
Be not afraid nor doubt, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is our God. And He said He's going to deliver us out of this. Jacob, you worm. Okay? That's what He said, man. So let's get Matthew 6, 19 to 21, and then we're going to call it, brother. I got to pick the wifey up.
Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be.
Where your treasure is, there will your heart also be. So we're storing up, like I said earlier, our treasures in heaven, man. Okay, that spiritual bank account. So that's where our heart is, man. Our life, our mind. We're thinking on the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, we're thinking about we have to go through hell to get that, but, you know, we're willing to do so. That's why we're making our body a living sacrifice. Go ahead.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust corrupt.
You can't have anything. Nothing's going to eat up our spiritual bank account, man.
That's right.
You see? You know? Our spiritual bank account is only going to be devalued if the Most High takes His spirit off of us and we drop out of this truth.
That's right.
You see? It's not like the FRNs or gold that goes up and down, man, in the stock markets. You see? This spiritual bank account is going to be, it's growing and growing and growing, and it's not going to devalue, like I said. All right? Go ahead.
And
sorry.
You're good. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Where thieves don't break through or steal. LeBron James' house got broke into.
I think
You
I
see?
mixed that all up.
Why's that?
I think I read 21 first, didn't I? Then I went up to 20.
Did you?
Salapia.
That's all right, brother.
But
We got the point.
yeah.
Yeah, we got the point.
My bad.
So, you know, like the scriptures say, man, lay up your treasures in heaven, man. Build that spiritual bank account up. Put these
Yeah.
videos, epistles up. You know, stay in the word, man. Watch the videos. You know. But with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai, Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rakapadash. Again, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who grew well, and shalom to the Ak and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah.